So today we're going to use a system of equations to solve problems. So we got to set up a system of equations. And this is actually kind of easy. Once you see how this is done, you're going to get these very quickly. So it says, I'm going to just look at the question here right away. It says, what is the price each of one senior citizen ticket? And they also want to know the price of one student ticket. So I'm just going to say x equals price for each senior citizen ticket, and y equals the price for each student ticket. All right, so at the top there, on the first day of ticket sales, the school sold 4 senior citizen tickets and 5 student tickets. And then the total there is $102. So let's set up our equation there. We've got 4, and then the price here is x, plus 5, and the price for those is y, is equal to a total of 102. Then we got another system up here. It says the school took in $126 on the second day by selling 7 senior citizen tickets and 5 student tickets. And again, we already saw the total up there. It is $126 this time. So setting this all up, we end up having 7 senior citizen tickets at a price of x plus 5 student tickets at a price of y equals $126. So now once we have the equation set up, we've done that, and then we get to solve it. So again, just like before, you want to either get your x's or y's to cancel out. I'm going to get my y's to cancel out if I multiply this first equation through by a negative and add these together. My y's will cancel out because I've got a negative 5y plus a 5y there. Those will cancel out. So over here I get a negative 4x plus 7x gives me 3x. Over here I end up getting 24. Divide by 3, and x is 8. And then you got to plug it back into one of these, so I'm just going to plug it into this one. So I've got 7 times 8 plus 5y equals 126. 7 times 8 is 56. I'm going to go ahead and get the y by itself, so I got to get rid of that 56. So I'm going to subtract 56 from both sides. I get 5y there equals 70. Divide by 5. And y there ends up being 14. So it's $8 per senior citizen. What's the price? Gotta answer the question. Per senior citizen. Spell that right there. Ticket. And my other one there, $14 per student ticket. So we answered that question. Let's go and try another one here. Flying with the wind, a plane went 183 kilometers per hour. Flying into the same wind, the plane only went 141 kilometers per hour. Find the speed of the plane in still air and the speed of the wind. So kind of going back to this last statement here, we've got the speed of the plane. So I'm just going to call x there is the speed of the plane in still air. And then we've got y equals the speed of the wind. So now that I have my x and my y there set up, now I got to go ahead and set up my equation there. So it says, flying with the wind, a plane went 183 kilometers per hour. So we've got the speed of the plane in still air plus with the wind. It's going to help it along. It's going 183 kilometers per hour. That's what that first statement up there says. So I just went and looked at that one. So now I want to look at the second statement there. It says flying into the same wind, the plane only went 141 kilometers per hour. So as you're flying into the wind, it's going to slow you down. And so we're going to do x minus y, and it's going only 141. So now that we have those two set up, notice it's naturally adding these two together. The y's are going to cancel out. So we end up getting 2x equals 324. And then we can simply divide by 2 there. And we end up getting x equals 162. So the speed of the plane in still air there is 162 kilometers per hour. Don't forget the label. And then the speed of the wind there, I'm going to have to take 162 and plug it in there. I'm just going to put it in there. So 162 plus y equals 183. I can subtract 162 from both sides, and y ends up being 21. So the speed of the wind ends up being 21 kilometers per hour. So just making sure I've got my answers there labeled. So that's with the wind and into the wind. Adding with the wind, you're adding, and then into the wind there, you're going to end up subtracting it off because it's going to play a part in slowing it down. All right. So now we've got some pies up here. Again, I'm going to look at the question here first. It says, what is the cost of one apple pie? And then we got the cost of one lemon meringue pie. So I'm going to say x equals cost per apple pie. Y equals cost per lemon meringue pie. So now we got some information above in our sentences up there that's going to set up our equations for us. It says this one here, Castell, sold 6 apple pies and 4 lemon meringue pies for a total of $80. So let's set up that equation. So he sold 6 apple pies, so each apple pie costs x, plus he sold 4 lemon meringue and they cost y for a total of $80. And then we can set up the next one here. Gabriella sold 6 apple pies and 5 lemon meringue for $94. So each of her apple pies costs x, lemon meringue pies each cost y, and totals $94. So looking at this, if I multiply the first equation through by -1, then my x's there will naturally cancel out. X's are going away. I get y ends up equaling 14. So the cost per lemon meringue pie there is $14. And then let's find the cost of the apple pie there. So I'm going to go 6x. I'm going to plug this back into the first equation. Plus 4 times 14 equals 80. Just solving this. 4 times 14 there ends up giving us 56. Subtracting 56, we get 6x equals 24. Divide by 6, and x is 4. So apple pies there are $4, and the lemon meringue there are $14 each. All right, we got another one here to look at, I believe. The school that Imani goes to is selling tickets to annual dance competition. Again, I'd like to go to the question here first, so I'm going to come down here first. What is the price each for one senior citizen ticket and one child ticket? So x equals the price per senior citizen ticket y equals price per child ticket. And then we got some statements here. Sold 3 senior citizen tickets and 3 child tickets for a total of $69. Sold 3 senior citizen tickets. Each senior citizen ticket costs X, and each child ticket costs Y for a total of $69. And then our other statement up there says $91, and they sold 5 senior citizen tickets and 3 child tickets. So setting that up, 5x plus 3y equals 91. And again, you get to decide if you're going to cancel out your x's or y's here. I'm going to cancel out my y's. Add them naturally together. I get 2x equals 22, it looks like. I have 28. I believe it's 22. And then we can go ahead and keep solving this and divide by 2, and x is 11. So the price per senior citizen ticket there is $11. So now we can plug it back into one of these. So I can go 3x plus 3y equals 69. 3 times 11 plus 3y equals 69. And so you get 33 plus 3y equals 69. Subtract 33 from both sides. We get 3y equals 36. And finally divide by 3 here, and we get y equals 12. So price per child ticket there ends up being $12. And I think we'll stop there and have you do some practice.